Okay, it's officially 6 p.m. Eastern. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Preppers Net. If we have anybody that would like to register, now is your time. Please state your name clearly and slowly and what state you are currently in.
Good evening. This is Donna in Montana.
I think that was you, Donna. Whoever just keyed up though, can you try one more time, please?
I apologize. Yes, it is Donna in Montana.
Copy that. We got you registered, Donna. Glad to have you here, dear. Do we have anybody else who would like to register for the net tonight? All right, we'll go ahead and start moving forward then. Just a little bit of information for everybody. Throw the email address one more time real quick. That is prepnetch14@gmail.com. Again, that is prepnet channel 14 ch14 there at gmail.com. I'm going to give a quick pause. We also have a YouTube channel. The name of that is at prepnet with a capital P and a capital N dash talk to me. Talk to me the way it appears on your radio. All of our nets are actually on the YouTube channel, and Jim does do some expanded presentations there as well, diving deeper into the topics that we discuss and answering questions. So I strongly encourage you guys, and you'll hear this throughout the net, please definitely go check out that YouTube channel. If you're new, please go ahead and go get caught up. And we will be doing these nets every Sunday night at 6 p.m. Eastern here on Channel 14. I'm going to give a short break. We're going to continue on discussing LiPo batteries or LFP batteries tonight. Jim will be presenting the topic. So at this time, Jim, if you are ready, the floor is yours, sir.
Okay, Red Bear, good deal. Since we do have a bunch of new people, we'll go ahead and give another overview, maybe a little bit more detailed or different information, and there'll probably be some stuff that I'm repeating, but that's okay. Anyway, a quick overview of the net. All of the topics here are about prepping, and they are general in nature. This is not a detailed how to go by this, insert this screw, turn it this way. It's not that. It's to get you thinking about the whole idea of preparing for an emergency. Just a tad little bitty background. I've been doing this for over 5 decades. So just to give you, that hopefully I have a little bit of knowledge. So far we have done over 20 different nets. All of those are posted up on our YouTube channel. And they, let me break real quick so we don't time out. And they range from bugging in, bugging out, planning, food triggers. This one we're going to be doing tonight is part 8 of a series on electricity. And of course, we do have the YouTube channel that was said. There is a playlist, PrepNet expanded presentations. So whatever I give tonight is sort of fairly decent for radio, voice only. The presentation on the YouTube channel will have additional information, and we'll have more clarity of what I've said here with pictures, videos, animations, things of that nature. So I would highly suggest to go check those out because you could get some more information. Let me break again. And then sometimes if we have a really good roundtable and a bunch of interesting questions and information comes out, I will produce a separate little video to throw up there called comments. So anybody that missed a presentation here can go back and sort of see what our comments were. And there is also another playlist called PrepNet Videos. As Red Bear says, I do record these and post them up. That way, if you miss one, you can go back, hear the presentation and our round table. So with that, I think we're going to get started. So let me break. Okay, tonight's topic is our All About Electricity Part 8, Lithium Iron Phosphate Batteries Part 2. Okay, we're going to continue to discuss using single lithium iron phosphate cells for your battery bank and things you need to know and understand, like what a fully charged and discharged cell is and what causes damage to those cells. How difficult it is to determine the state of charge of a LFP battery bank, lithium iron phosphate, what can happen when your cells are unbalanced, and why do you need to have the capacity of all cells be the same. From now on, unless otherwise noted, the battery bank we will be talking about will be a 24-volt system. As this is what I have, and then you will end up seeing real examples on the expanded presentation, so it'll make more sense. Break. If you are planning to have a 12-volt system, just divide what I present here by 2, except for the cell voltages. Remember that the single cell voltage is the same for a 24-volt, 48-volt, or 12-volt LFP batteries. Now to continue with the single cell basics. What we will next talk about will seem to require a lot of work on your part. And yes, math is involved. Now I understand that for some, all you want is to get a battery and use it. And I understand that. And you can do that. But you will pay for it. Right. And you will not have an in-depth knowledge of the underlying parts of your battery system, such as battery balancing, battery management systems, or BMSs, and other protection circuits. So when things go wrong, you won't be able to troubleshoot the problem. And as with anything, things can go wrong. Building your battery bank using single cells gives you more control. Now deeper into the weeds. Break. What is the voltage of a fully charged and discharged cell and what causes damage to cells? An LFP cell has a fully discharged to fully charged voltage of 2.5 volts to 3.65 volts with a nominal voltage of 3.2 volts. Yes, 2.5 volts is considered a fully discharged cell. You do not want to go below this or it will permanently damage the cell. Also, you do not want to charge a cell higher than 3.65 volts or you will damage the cell. Now, 8 fully charged cells would make a 24-volt system to have a maximum voltage of 29.2 volts. This is normal. Break. Now, the biggest killer of any battery is heat. Overcharging, over discharging, draining an LFP cell down to near 2.5 volts, or charging a cell up to near its maximum of 3.65 volts. Charging and discharging at very high amperages all generate heat. You should avoid this. But let's continue with the basics. Now to the state of charge of an LFP battery, denoted as SOC. Right? How difficult is it to determine the state of charge of your LFP battery bank? Most inexpensive meters will use the total voltage of the battery bank, like it would in your car, to show its percentage of state of charge. And this is fine for a lead-acid battery, as when its voltage goes down, so does the state of charge. However, with the discharge characteristics of an LFP battery, these inexpensive meters won't give you an accurate state of charge. Now, there is equipment you can use to more accurately show the state of charge of an LFP battery bank, which will be covered later. Now, what happens when your cells are unbalanced? Right? To complicate things even more, all the cells in your battery bank need to be very close to the same voltage or other problems are created. This is called balancing the cells in your battery. Ideally, all the cells in your battery should have no more than a 100 millivolt spread between the highest and the lowest cells. 100 millivolts is a tenth of a volt. There's more detailed information on what happens with unbalanced cells in the expanded presentation. And again, there is equipment you can use to reduce this, and we'll talk about that, about battery bank balancing in the future. Right? Now, the reason you need to know what the voltage of each cell is in your battery bank is that if a cell is much lower or higher than the rest and cannot be balanced with the others, it will need to be replaced. If you purchased one of the pre-built 12-volt or 24-volt LFP batteries, you will not be able to do this. So the complete battery will need to be replaced. If you built your own battery from single cells, you would be able to replace that one cell for much less. This is also the reason to have extra cells available to replace defective ones. Great. And why do you need to have the capacity of all the cells be the same? All cells in your DIY battery bank must be the same capacity and should have the same amp hour rating. Do not mix lower amp hour cells with higher amp hour cells. Doing so will reduce the total capacity of your battery bank to the lowest amp hour cell. Now, that's enough confusion for tonight. Please don't get discouraged by this confusion, and remember to watch the expanded presentation on our YouTube channel, which will have charts for better understanding. Great. Next week, we'll continue our All About Electricity series, which is going much longer than I thought it would. How to build a 12-volt battery from single cells. How can I see the battery's total voltage and each cell's voltage? And how do I balance the cells in my LFP battery? Now, if you have any questions about what we have discussed here tonight, please ask during the roundtable. Or send your question to, and we're going to beat the horse to death, prepnetch14@gmail.com and enter question in the subject line. With that, I'll throw it back to Red Bear.
Copy that. Thank you very much, Jim. I'm just going to make one quick check. Do we have anybody that would like to register for the net tonight? The floor is yours. All right. We'll be checking periodically through the net tonight to see if we have anybody else that sneaks in. The reason why we beat the dead horse, as we call it, about the email address as well as the YouTube channel there, guys, is to keep everybody up to date and also to allow for the flow of information here about prepping. With that, I'm going to give a quick break. All right. First up here, Blue Light in California. You have any questions or comments about tonight's topic? The floor is yours, sir. One more try for Blue Light. Blue Light in California. Are you still with us? All right, we'll come back, try him again there then. G Love in Arizona. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic with the LFP batteries?
Where is a good place to resource the batteries at?
Jim, seeing how you've already got yourself a couple of battery banks built up, where do you go to buy your batteries?
Okay, and that actually next week I actually sort of talk about that. It's definitely in the expanded presentation with links to it. Unfortunately, almost all batteries come from China at this point. There are very, very few American, even American companies like Battleborn. God, I can't think of the other ones because they make pre-built batteries. Their cells come from China, so you sort of can't get around it. I did a lot of research to get to that point and found a reliable source that gives you very good quality. And I will, if you can wait until next week, there will be a link and an email address to the salesperson that I deal with. And it's actually been pretty interesting that the prices have come down very substantially. Hopefully that answers your question and you don't think I'm evading you.
That sounds good. I will wait till next week.
Copy that. Thank you very much for that, Jim. Can't wait till next week to get that info from you. So I've been doing a little bit of research myself this week with the single cell batteries there and looking at building my own power bank. But as you said, everything's coming from China, so you got to be really, really careful with that. Something off topic, but with batteries, I vape and I buy a lot. I buy 18650 batteries for that. And in the vaping community, there are tons of knockoff, very poor operating 18650s out there. And there has been quite a few cases where people bought the cheapest of the cheap, very low grade batteries vaping, and they've had batteries explode in their hand right in their vape. So just that alone, that's a reason why you want a very reputable supplier for your batteries. I'm going to give a short break again here. You have any other comments or questions so far, G Love?
No, sir. I'm just liking the topic.
Copy that. Donna in Montana. We'll go ahead and pass the mic over to you for any comments or questions tonight.
My comment is that I've been following along on Jim's expanded YouTube presentations, and one thing for sure is I'm going to have to watch them multiple times because this stuff it kind of confuses me. But his expanded YouTubes really do help with all the graphics.
I actually enjoy that as well. So, I'm not a very tech savvy person, and I'm actually watching the expanded presentations and picking up a lot more there. So, yeah, Jim, I gotta agree with Donna. The YouTube channel, especially the expanded presentations, you're knocking it out of the park, sir. You're making things very easy. And another nice thing with that is you can pause the video real quick and you can take notes a little bit better. So that is nice, or even rewind it a little bit. I'm going to give a break. Donna, do you have any more questions tonight or comments?
Just I want to say, until I got involved with all of this, I did not realize that a battery was made of different cells. I always thought a battery was just like one little unit, and it's really opened my eyes as to what these things are.
Yeah, it's craziness when you start looking at the batteries. The lead acid batteries that we have covered in past nets, your car battery being a very good example of that, has several cells within that plastic box, I guess I'll call it, that makes your car battery. So those lead acid batteries have different cells in them. Your power banks that you can buy that Jim was talking about, yeah, they're convenient as long as they're charged. They have several different cells in them as well. Today, I actually had a power bank I was using to try to jump a person's vehicle. When I got to them, the power bank rides in the car all the time, and it was dead. So that was kind of an embarrassing moment right there. The maintenance on that does say that I need to recharge it every 3 months, regardless if I've used it or not, or if the battery is dead or not. It just kind of refreshes everything. So, and I forgot to do that this time, and I paid the price for it. My battery bank there failed me. I'm going to give another break here. Going to give one more try for Blue Light in California. Blue Light, are you still with us? Okay, do we have anybody else who would like to register for the net tonight? Well, Jim, do you have any last thoughts, comments, or questions that you would like to present to the group?
Oh yeah, I've been taking some notes here. First, I think I scared Blue Light out, and I can see why. You know, coming in the middle of this, again, this is the 8th one all about electricity that we've done. And so coming in right now, you sort of come in at a disadvantage, and of course that's why I keep bringing up about go to the YouTube channel where you can get caught up. And there's other topics there, not just all about electricity. You know, we've covered ones about food. We're going to cover more about food and food preservation and things of that nature. So, you know, we really push the go there and take a look and view those, and it really get you up to date. So let me break real quick. Okay, let's go and see what the comments I have down here. One thing, you're not just going to be able to buy the cells. Well, you can. I don't recommend it. Just buy the cells, hook them together in series to make your 12 volt or 20 volt, 24 volt system. You're going to end up giving yourself a whole pile of worms. You need to have battery management systems and other protection circuits, and that's not even talking about what are you going to use the power for. Are you going to use it to run a AC to DC inverter? Other way around, DC to AC inverter. Are you going to just pull directly off and just have DC? What are you going to do? There's a lot more than just buying cells. So I don't want somebody to think, hey, I can just go out and buy cells and I'm good to go. And let me go ahead and break here. And then like what you were saying, Red Bear, about the vaping batteries. Yeah, don't buy cheap batteries. Some of the places you get batteries at, they're saying that they're grade A. Grade A happens to be brand new, the best you can get. And what they're doing is they're selling used batteries but they're claiming that they're the best batteries. And if I can find the link to a video, there was a video of a guy that had the same problem, trying to figure out where am I going to get batteries at that are going to do the job. He was very technical. He actually had test equipment that he could run capacity tests, and he found the one place. It's the one place that I get my batteries at. That is very reputable. And when they say it's a 280 ampere hour battery, that's what you're going to get. Let me break again. And as what you said about your little jump starter thing about you got to keep it charged. The nice thing about LFP batteries, or lithium iron phosphate, there's a couple. One, you were talking about the exploding batteries, and with the vaping thing by cheap batteries. They use lithium ion batteries, which can be prone to fire and explosion. The lithium iron phosphate does not have that problem. So it's a much better, and it is a direct replacement for 12 volt if you build your battery bank. where lithium ion is not. But let me break real quick here. When I created the next week's presentation and video, and when I was actually taping some of the stuff, I had taken a 12-volt bank of 4 cells that I had built, and during the taping, I showed this is what the battery voltage was. The total voltage was 13.2, 13.3. That battery has not been charged in 2 years. These lithium batteries have a very good retention rate, which is good if you're not going to be running them all the time. You could charge them up and not have to worry for a while. So looking at my notes, and I can't think of anything else right now, so I'll throw it back to you, Red Bear.
Copy that. Thank you, Jim. Yeah, I knew that it was a different battery. I was just bringing it up also for, clarification. Batteries can be very dangerous if not taken care of properly, maintained properly. So something to think about there when you're building your battery bank. I'm going to give a quick break here. All right. At this time, we might as well go ahead and open up for the round table. This will be just general discussion. Any other questions? Any other comments? So if anybody's got any questions or comments, the floor is yours.
Yeah, this is Lloyd here. I know I said I wouldn't monitor, but mind if I ask a question?
Go right ahead, sir. Please do.
I know you were talking about these battery banks, but what happens in an instance where the system fails, like the battery bank itself dies that you're using for power? What are your ways for charging these banks? Do you have some sort of solar energy? Are you using an alternator system or like a hydropower option?
Okay. That's a yes. There are various ways to do it. We have not covered that yet. That is going to be covering. Again, we break this up into really small bite-sized pieces because it's an extremely complicated thing if you get into it as deep as I have. I'm not one just to go out and buy, a solar generator system, which is the all-in-one thing. I don't like them. There's too many things that can go wrong. They are super expensive, and they usually lie to you when they say, oh, it'll do this. It'll run your refrigerator. But what they don't tell you is it'll only run your refrigerator for about 3 hours. And the 100-watt solar panel they give you, if you pull it down to where the battery is no longer working, a 100-watt solar panel is not going to recharge that battery in a day. Just to sort of give you an idea, I have 16 100-watt solar panels charging my system. And if I get a bunch of dark days, a bunch of cloudy days up here, I'm in Montana, and I'm running stuff, and I do not run my whole house. It will get to the point to where I have to start shutting stuff down, or because the grid's still running, I can charge through the grid and, bump it up. But there are a lot of ways to do it. That's one of the reasons why you really need to pay attention to what is your state of charge, how much are you using things, and to know, okay, how much electrical power do I really need? And again, I push, and I'm going to break here, I push not to run your whole house. We are talking about an emergency situation, and life is going to be different, your whole life. The type of food you're going to eat, how you're going to eat it, what you're going to do, how you're going to heat your house, everything. Things are not normal. So you shouldn't want to turn around and I'm going to be watching my TV and my DVDs, and I'm going to have my space heaters in every one of my rooms, et cetera, et cetera. No, you're going to have to make a determination in the beginning. What do I absolutely, positively have to run for survival and for comfort? And what are the things I wish I could run? And you need to eliminate the things I wish I could run. And that's a hard thing to do. And that comes with our planning, which we talk about sort of in the beginning. Does that sort of answer your questions? Again, I'm sort of pushing it off because we are going to be covering solar in different ways to charge the batteries and the good and the bad about all of them. And then, of course, other ones we're going to get about how are you going to actually pull the power off your battery banks to be the most efficient.
Yeah, you pretty much covered it. I'm sorry that I got off of the top of the discussion.
Oh, no, that's perfectly fine. And that's the whole point of when we really open it up. It could be about anything prepping. It doesn't even have to be about electric. Maybe, you missed something in planning or food or whatever, and we can sort of get you up to date, especially since we're not going towards the hour limit tonight.
All right, I'm going to do one more quick check, see if we have anybody else that would like to register for the net. Please go ahead and do so. Okay, we'll continue on with the roundtable. If anybody else has got any more comments or questions, the floor is yours.
Hey, Red Bear, it's G-Love. You said the YouTube channel was at PrepNet. That was Talk to Me.
Yep, it'll be the @ PrepNet with a capital P and then a capital N dash Talk to Me. And Talk to Me will be the way it appears on your radio wall, capital T and capital M on it.
I copied that. I just pulled it up. Thank you.
Yep, and you will find all of our past nets on there, as well as all the expanded presentations to go with that. Jim does have it broke down into 2 playlists, so we have the regular net and the expanded presentation there. We have any more questions or comments tonight? All right. Seeing how we just brought up the YouTube channel again, I'll go ahead and mention the email address. That again is prepnetch14@gmail.com. prepnetch14@gmail.com. If you have any questions throughout the week, go ahead and shoot us an email there, and in the subject, put question. If you have any comments throughout the week, please put in the subject line comment, and go ahead and shoot us an email, and we will get back to you, and we probably will bring it up in our next net as well. I'm going to give a short break here. Jim, do you have any last thoughts or comments or anything for us tonight, sir?
Nothing new. I probably, not going to promise, but I probably will have a comments video on the site for what we've discussed here today, because there were some good things brought up, and I think we should document them. So it's not just us that benefit from them. So just to let you know. But otherwise, no, I don't think I have anything.
Copy that, Jim. Thank you very much. Yes, so that proves it right there during the net. Jim is noticing some good comments and some good questions. So he will be diving deeper into that. So definitely check that out, guys. I'm going to give a short break here. For everybody that did come to the net tonight, me and Jim want to give you all a special thank you. If it wasn't for you guys, the net would not happen. It would not be possible. Your participation makes this happen. So me and Jim would like to tell you all thank you very much for being here tonight. One last check. Do we have any last comments, questions, or concerns?
Hey, Jim and Red Bear, this is G Love. I really appreciate this topic. And definitely I'm glad I found you guys.
Copy that, G Love. We're definitely glad you're here, boss. We'll be back next Sunday night with our next session of Net here, same time, same channel. Come on back and join us. I will make a quick special announcement as well. I'm working with a few other people, and there will be some other different nets going on coming soon. Hopefully, I get one or two more nets running this coming week. There will be announcements on Channel 1 and Channel 2 as well, what these nets are and when they're going to be coming around. And we will be getting another calendar up, and that will be on joshuaclarkmusic.com. That will be coming in the next couple of weeks as well. So keep your ears down to the ground and keep listening for new nets coming out, guys. Kind of excited to get that rolling again. I'm going to give another short break here. All right, guys, at this time, unless anybody's got any last comments, questions, or concerns, we're going to wrap this net up. I'm going to give a short pause for any questions, comments, or concerns.
I think I'm all good. Thank you guys very much.
Hey, Boyd, thank you very much for being here. You're always welcome. Even if you just want to sit back and monitor, that's always welcome. We do encourage you to register, though, if you would, just so we can see who all we have in the room and see who we're reaching out to with our information. Give another quick break. Okay, guys, we're going to turn this channel back over to regular operating procedures. Once again, I want to thank everybody that joined the net tonight. Jim, I just want to give you a special thanks. The information you're bringing and the way you present it, you're making this very easy for everybody to absorb and learn. And I can't say enough about the expanded presentations. Just amazing, amazing. We do have to realize, guys, Jim is putting a lot of work into this for us on this net. So thanks again, Jim. And at this time, we'll go ahead and turn this channel back over to its regular operations. Everybody have a good Sunday evening and a good week. Thank you for joining us.